Video games are a billion-dollar business. All your favorite video games are now making billions of dollars. In 2021, the US video game industry grew about 27% to almost $85.8 billion in revenue, surpassing both film and music combined. So, let's talk about the rise of the video games and esports industry with a little peek at the background first. A video game is an electronic game that can be played on a computer, gaming console, or smartphone. Since the first games were released in the 1970s, video games have come a long way. Today's video games have photorealistic graphics and, in many cases, realistic simulations of reality. Buying a video game in the early 2000s required gamers, or their parents, to visit the nearest retail distributor, such as GameStop or Walmart. But that's no longer the case. Video games have been around for decades, providing entertainment for children and adults alike. They have evolved significantly from the early days of computer games and the first versions of Nintendo and Atari. The days of pixelated screens and limited sounds are a distant memory, as video games have become more lifelike than ever. As technology continues to improve, so do video games. With the growing number of smartphone users worldwide, billions of individuals are just one download away from becoming gamers. Video games are now part of every form of media, whether they be mobile, streaming, YouTube, movies, TV, and even books. And many are taking advantage of this ease. 2.6 billion of the world's 3.5 billion smartphone users play games on their devices. The typical gamer spends 6 hours and 20 minutes each week playing video games around the world. Video games are gradually becoming staples in the world's largest economies and increasing their take of discretionary spending. Gradually, it's spreading to every part of the globe. It comes as no surprise that gaming usage and viewership of gaming video content, GVC, spiked in 2020 thanks to COVID-19. As consumers spent more time at home and the video game industry provided a means to stay entertained and connected with friends. The pandemic was a dream come true for gamers. In 2020, video game firms began to be considered not only as makers of virtual landscapes, but as multifaceted entertainment powerhouses, merging gaming, social media, and traditional media material into one ecosystem, potentially for the first time. The same happened with esports, which came to the rescue with live content while in-person sports and events were on pause. New console releases, a number of new hit titles, and the rise of community social gaming also contributed to the growth. Both video game consoles and cloud gaming were in high demand as a result of the pandemic. Additionally, revenue from the mobile gaming market climbed year over year. Annual mobile game app store revenues climbed over 16% year over year to $37.3 billion on Android and nearly 10% year over year to $52.3 on iOS, according to Sensor Tower data from December 2021. But will this trend continue into 2022? Well, yes, it is predicted that some of the gaming market growth will taper off in the coming year. In 2022, one aspect of gaming that will remain vital is its ability to create virtual social connections. During the pandemic, the capacity to interact with others increased the social component of gaming on all devices, especially mobile. While interest in connecting with people through video games may recede as the pandemic subsides, it is predicted that the social element of gaming will continue to attract a larger audience to the ecosystem through 2022 and beyond. Now let's have a look at the video game industry revenue. Based on the rate of growth over the last decade, the video gaming industry is the fastest growing entertainment business. The industry has several growth opportunities ahead. The growth rate of the gaming industry from 2006, USD 8 billion, to 2020, USD 160 billion, is higher than that of all other entertainment industries. They've risen to the top as one of the industries with the most promising growth prospects on a worldwide scale in recent years. In 2017, video games achieved a new high of $108.4 billion in revenue. In 2019, this value increased by 40% to $152 billion. The video game industry revenues have risen from $8 billion in 2016 to $160 billion in 2020. According to projections, the market could expand to more than $200 billion by 2023. From a geographical standpoint, 49% of video game revenues came from China and the US. Per capita revenue in China, which is the world's largest gaming market, is $24.30 per year, 2019. However, consider the per capita income in the United States, which is $96.40 per year, 2019, and in Canada, which is $64.80 per year, 2019. In that case, it becomes evident that massive income growth in China alone is still achievable. In addition, the rising popularity of virtual reality in gaming creates new revenue streams for future player engagement. By 2025, analysts predict the industry will generate more than $260 billion in revenue. As such, tech companies are looking to get involved in this revenue stream. Tech giants such as Google, Meta, formerly Facebook, and Apple have all made plans to enter the video game industry. It is important to highlight here that the gaming industry is already bigger than Hollywood. Now, you might be thinking, how is this possible? The debate between the video gaming and film industries has raged on for a long time and can be traced back to the early involvement and adoption of gaming culture in the 1960s. In comparison, the film and music industries have been around for considerably longer than the gaming industry has been growing. For a very long time, movies, blockbusters, and any kind of film in general had been the most grossing and most popular form of entertainment. However, for the past few years, the global video game industry revenue has exceeded Hollywood. It has been a billion-dollar industry for many years now. The fact that the industry generates more revenue than sports and even movies is even more surprising. To put it in perspective, the global box office is predicted to be $41.7 billion, while the music sector is estimated to be about $19.1 billion in 2018. According to Forbes, the video game business will be worth more than $300 billion by the year 2025. The recent situation has also had a negative impact on the entertainment industry, particularly Hollywood. The global film business, including Hollywood, has been seeing a little increase in income each year, but the recent outbreak has caused a historic $30 billion decline, while the gaming industry has grown by over 30%. Besides the financial aspect of it, video games also have a huge impact on pop culture in itself nowadays. The movie with Ryan Reynolds, Free Guy, is literally a plot that revolves around GTA Online. So the question is, do people play video games more or watch movies? Well, a report from market research firm NPD Group shows that almost 64% of Americans have played a video game in the past 6 months, compared to 53% who have seen a movie. The only other entertainment sector that can compete with the gaming industry is the television industry. All of these facts show that while the video game and esports industries haven't reached their peak yet, they are still massive industries. The fact that they are bigger than Hollywood's movies and music industry combined is proof that they will continue to be the world's largest entertainment sector. So, 2020's performance in the video game business was a huge breakthrough, but it wasn't the end. Another step toward video games becoming integrated in the fabric of at-home and on-the-go entertainment culture was taken last year. In 2022, community-driven user engagement and monetization are expected to rise, making it a record-breaking year. Apart from economic growth, the video game industry looks set to enjoy a bright future, in which games are not simply a thing for young gamers, but rather they will form an everyday part of all of our lives. With the help of the Internet of Things, virtual reality, and augmented reality, the growing industry is set to succeed in all markets and become an intrinsic part of all aspects of our day-to-day lives. Are you ready for it? What do you think of the unstoppable rise of gaming? If you found this video informative and enjoyed the content, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the like button as well.